What's up guys, my name is Adrian and welcome back to my channel. If you're considering getting an MBA, there is a 100% chance that you came across some misconceptions. Not everything you read out there on the internet is correct and true. But in this video, I want to clear up some of those misconceptions about MBA programs. The more facts you know about MBA programs, the more realistic expectations you will have on where an MBA can take you, and the less likely you will end up being disappointed. After all, an MBA is an expensive experience and you should feel as confident as possible about doing an MBA at a certain stage in your life. And without further ado, here are some of the most common MBA myths and misconceptions. Myth number 1, an MBA is a relatively easy graduate degree program. I can only speak for the world's top-tier MBA programs, but one of the worst misconceptions you can have about an MBA is that it is an easy graduate business degree. Just because you are paying a lot of money for it doesn't mean you will get easy A's or pass classes without doing anything for them. One of the purposes of an MBA is to challenge, and you as a candidate should be seeking that challenge because it is a transformative experience. It's a life-changing experience. There might be some regional or lower-tier MBA programs out there that also cost a fraction of what you would pay at a top 20 or even top 50 school, and they might allow you to obtain an MBA degree without much effort. But again, you are paying money for a certain experience, and that experience will stretch you to the limit. And that costs money. If you think that an MBA is an easy program to get through, let me tell you that this is nothing compared to the reality. You will constantly be sleep deprived and are always racing against time to finish assignments and group projects. Myth number 2, when you graduate with an MBA, you are ready to be a manager. So, to clear this up right away, an MBA does not automatically qualify you to work as a manager. Yes, in an MBA you will do a lot of real-life case studies and learn a business foundation for assuming a manager role, but in real life it will be up to you to combine that knowledge with practical experience. Many think that by graduating from an MBA program, and it doesn't matter if it's a top-tier school or not, they straight away become managers. Now, that might be the case if you come from a family business, but not for a Fortune 500 company or any other global high-profile company. Unfortunately, you will have to prove yourself and earn that role. And in a best-case scenario, you will learn on the job from experienced managers to shape your career. So keep in mind, the MBA degree is a stepping stone for the long journey to become an effective manager. An MBA just gives you the theoretical know-how that you have to learn to put into practice, but excelling as a manager requires real-life practice. Myth number 3, a recession is a bad time to start an MBA. That's wrong. In fact, a recession is the best time to do an MBA. If you do your MBA in a recession or in an economic downturn, you can add skills to your existing job and gain expertise for a new position or transition into a different industry altogether. That is called the triple jump. In a tight job market, employers will always look to those with the right skill set and experience. And there will be plenty of those on the job market when they got laid off. This will be your competition, basically. So get your MBA in a recession or in an economic downturn and graduate when the economy picks up and new jobs become available. I did a video about that and you can watch the video by clicking here. Myth number 4, an MBA is too expensive. If you're looking for a top-tier MBA business school, that will certainly have a hefty price tag. An MBA at a highly prestigious school can easily cost $100,000 or more. But there are still plenty of programs out there that offer a more affordable option. Many smaller schools are developing MBA programs that compete with Ivy League institutions to provide a more affordable educational experience. And those schools might even offer you the same outcome. Even if you can't afford a top-tier school, many schools have grants and scholarships available to help you meet your costs. Some schools also offer tuition discounts. Actually, some schools work with the applicants to make sure cost is not a barrier to attending. You could also ask your employer because some employers pay or reimburse your MBA tuition if it is related to the job. And some employers understand the benefits of additional business training for their team members and as such, they often provide tuition reimbursement programs to make the MBA more affordable. Alternatively, you could consider accelerated programs that last only 1 year instead of 2 or 3 years. And although these programs are quite intense, they provide a good business foundation at a fraction of the cost for those willing to put in the effort. Therefore, don't turn your back on the idea of pursuing an MBA just because you believe it is too expensive. Explore your options so that you can find a program and funding package that works best for you. For example, Harvard Business School covers the total cost of tuition and course fees for those with the greatest financial need, which account for approximately 10% of its student body. I'm putting the link in the description below if you want to know more about this. Myth number 5, you must have work experience to do an MBA. Generally, it is always more beneficial to have some work experience under your belt before embarking on an MBA, but for some schools, it is not a mandatory requirement. Some schools allow you to join an MBA program straight from undergrad. If you don't have any work experience, then you will need to be able to present a stellar GMAT score or GPA. Ideally, you have done some extracurricular activities that highlight your leadership potential. If you have that, then I would say go for it. Myth number 6, MBA graduates are successful entrepreneurs. What makes a successful founder? The willingness to take risks, the ability to assert oneself, open-mindedness, creative and imaginative capacities, and a talent for marketing oneself and one's ideas successfully. If you don't have these qualities, you will struggle as an entrepreneur irrespective of an MBA degree. And just because you will end up at a school that generates a lot of entrepreneurs doesn't necessarily mean you will become successful. However, if you have entrepreneur DNA, you can greatly benefit from the right MBA program. An MBA will teach you how to analyze markets, chances, and opportunities. The ability to execute is the key to success, and even the best idea is worthless if you lack the knowledge and skills to turn it into a successful business. Myth number 7, only people who manage others need an MBA. There is a common misconception that an MBA is for those who want to work in middle and higher management or leadership roles. It is true that many who pursue an MBA will end up in management positions, but not everyone eventually will. The good thing about an MBA is that it is actually highly versatile with a large number of concentrations that can fit into just about any career path. For example, in an MBA program, you can focus on entrepreneurship if you wish to start your own business someday. Then you can focus on finance to enter banking or private equity. Marketing is another respected concentration that does not always lead to management positions, but can make you highly appealing to potential employers. Whatever concentration you choose, you will gain valuable critical thinking skills and business knowledge in an MBA program, and employers know this. Having an MBA gives a leg up when applying for many positions, and not just those in business management or leadership. Myth number 8, all MBAs care about money and power. There are critics out there who say that the only thing MBA graduates care about is money and power, and that big paychecks are more important than being loyal to their employers and their teams. This myth is far from reality. You will always find black sheep everywhere you go, and yes, most MBAs are driven by money, but they're also driven by the desire to make a difference in the world. Money is a positive side effect that comes with a degree. But before that happens, MBA students enjoy learning from and with people from different cultural and professional backgrounds and embrace broadening their horizons with a view to getting a new perspective on life. Myth number 9, higher ranked schools are always better for you. Every applicant falls for this one. Rankings can give you some good guidance on what schools are highly recognized among employers, but you should determine if a school is better in ways that suit your needs and priorities. I totally agree that job placement statistics and average salary post-MBA are very important criteria for many MBA candidates, but you may find that a smaller regional school, which might not be highly ranked nationally and maybe even less expensive, has an excellent record of placing graduates in the industries of your choice. So make sure to review a school's ranking based on your needs and goals post-MBA. And don't worry about whether you'll get into the best MBA program of all. Again, try to figure out which business school is the best one for you and what best suits your needs and your situation. Myth number 10, good schools won't accept you with a low GMAT and GPA score. During your business school due diligence, you will come across GMAT scores and GPAs that are required by certain schools. The higher ranked the school, the more likely the scores will be high. Don't get hung up on achieving the highest score possible or focus on the average GMAT score reported by the schools. Instead, focus on aligning your scores within the 80% range. Many schools list this information directly within their class profiles. GMAT scores and GPA are really just 1 or 2 data points in your overall application. The most important thing is to show exceptional focus and leadership skills in your career and openly acknowledge to the admissions committee the reason for your low college GPA. And always highlight your desire to attend a school that you're applying to. Admissions committees want to see that you identify with the values of the school and that you can make an impact inside and outside of class. Generally, the admissions process is a complex one. So do the best you can on the GMAT, whether you need 1 attempt or more, but then focus on developing your personal brand. Figure out how to package your goals, passions, work experience, and why business school and why now into a compelling case for your admission. In the end, your exceptional accomplishments, whatever they are, will likely shine through despite some academic challenges. Alright, I hope with this video I was able to clear up some common misconceptions about the MBA degree and give you some valuable insights and thoughts that will hopefully help you in making the right decision for yourself. Whether when the right time for an MBA is for you or whether you want to do an MBA at all. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. If you got value out of this video, kindly give it a like for the almighty YouTube algorithm. And on your way down there, go ahead and subscribe to my channel to be updated on new content. That's it for today. My name is Adrian, and until next time.